7 is on similar triangles. Now, the difference between similar triangles and congruent triangles, does anybody know?
They're different sizes.
They are different sizes. Okay, so congruent would look exactly alike, as if I could do that. That's pretty good. Okay, that's congruent. Okay, but similar means they have the same shape, but it's not the same size. Okay, now with similar triangles, the way it works is that when they're set up like this, guess what? The angles are all the same. This angle corresponds with this angle. This angle, let's go on and label them. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay? This angle, B, and angle E correspond with each other. It's called corresponding angles. Okay? A and D correspond with each other, and I'm going to put 2 lines in that one. See how I did that? That's just to show that this angle and this angle go together, not this one and this one. Okay? And then C and F are corresponding. I'm going to put 3 lines in that one to show that those ones correspond. Does everybody understand what I did by putting 1 line, 2 line, and 3 lines? I'm showing you which angles correspond with which. Everybody understand that? Okay, now, the next thing I want you to see is, just like there are corresponding angles, there are also corresponding sides. So, what would side BC correspond with? EF. Okay? So you would say it like this. BC corresponds with EF. Line EF. Just like that. You see how I did that?
I always say equal because it's kind of like...
It actually, you would write corresponds because that's what it is. If they ask you which ones correspond, you would say this and this. Okay? And then AB, line AB corresponds with AB, DE. Very good. And let's trick it up. DF corresponds with AC. Very good. Does everybody see how we did that? Okay, so that is what corresponding means. Okay? Now, let's take it a little bit deeper. Sorry, I'm trying to move quick. Okay? I'm going to label this triangle A and this triangle B. Now, I'm sorry for my writing. That is really ugly.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, you good.
So triangle A and triangle B, all right? With triangle A, I am going to label it 3, 4, 5. In this one, 6, 8, 10. All right. Now, if I were to look at these two, now again, they're not congruent, they're similar, okay? If we were to look at these 2 similar triangles, I want to try to figure out how much bigger is this one than this one, or how much smaller this one is than that one, okay? So what you're going to do is take and pick one side. So if I choose AB corresponding, I would choose DE. So let's do AB is 3, DE is 6. What do you already see? Does anybody see from 3 to 6? It's doubled, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one. 4. BC is 4. EF is 8. So what do you see is happening? So this triangle is double the size of this one. Does everybody see what I mean by that? All right, now let me show you something else. When they are asking you to find the, they may use something like, what's it called? Function. They may ask you the function. Remember how we did function? Y'all remember that? Y'all are looking at me like, no, not really.
I do.
Function is when we had a number here and a number here, and then a number here and a number here, and we had to try to figure out what is the function, and we figured out that it's times 2. That's function, okay? So you're kind of similarly finding the function in a sense, okay? But in order to do that, you're going to be able to say triangle A over triangle B. Now I want you to see what happens when I do that. Triangle A over triangle B, okay? So let's look at this. Pick one corresponding side with triangle A and pick one corresponding side of B. Okay, we just did this. So I'm going to pick 3 here and I'm going to put 6 here. Does everybody see what I did? Okay, and when I reduce that, what am I going to end up getting? I'm going to get them half, okay? So what I'm saying is that this first triangle is half of the second triangle, okay? But if I flipped it and I did triangle B first and then triangle A on top of each other, this time, let's choose 8 and 4 this time. So I'm going to choose one from triangle B, 8, and one from triangle A, 4, and when I reduce that, what do I get? 2, okay? So triangle B is double triangle A. Triangle A is half triangle B. See how we did that? Does that make sense? Everybody feels good about it? Okay, it's just a different way of writing it.
I get that.
Okay? Just a different way of writing it. I'm trying to go fast. Are y'all getting it? Or do I need to move slower? Everybody's good? Okay. Now, this next one says to estimate. I'm getting tired.
Me too.
This next one says to estimate the length of A. Okay, so here I've got a triangle and then a similar triangle. Okay, just do your best making them similar.
I can do that.
Okay, this one's not so simple. Okay, and what I mean by that is we can't just look at this corresponding with this corresponding and figure out the function, so to speak, or scale factor. Okay, so we're going to have to do it the way I did a while ago. So what we're going to do is go triangle A over triangle B. A, B. Okay, now, what did they ask us to find?
Corresponding angle.
They asked us to find the length of A. Okay? Does everybody see this? They're wanting to know this. Okay? They didn't give us this, so we can't even use this one. So, I'm going to have to use, what you're going to do is you're going to make 2 of these. So, remember how we were doing proportions? When we would do a ratio chart? And then we would put, ratio, actual count. Don't write this right now, I'm just trying to explain something. And remember how we would have numbers here and numbers here? Okay? And y'all remember when we were trying to find proportions, we would say 4 over 5 equals 28 over x. That's a proportion for us to try to discover what x is. I'm just showing you a quick review. Okay? We're going to do the same thing with our triangles. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 that we have everything about. What 2 sides do we know everything about from this and this? 6 and 10. Does everybody understand what I mean by that? So I'm going to take one from triangle A, 6, and one from triangle B, 10, that I know everything about. Then, just like we do an equals here, we're going to do one that we don't know about, the one that we're wanting to know about. Okay, so 3 over A. Does everybody see why I'm doing that? Everybody see why I'm picking 3 and A and not 5 and we don't know? We have to pick this one and this one because we're wanting to find A. So I'm going to put 3 over A. Does everybody see how I've set that up so far? Okay, so now we work it just like every other proportional problem. 6 times A equals 10 times 3. And what do you see? 6 times what equals 30? 5. So, the answer, A, is going to be 5. So you would say A equals 5. Now, they didn't ask us to find what is the scale factor or the function. They asked us just what is that letter. So that's why we answered it that way. Okay, now, this one's kind of cool to think about because you can actually do this On Tuesday you could have rather, because it was nice outside.
Tuesday.
Because it was sunny,
Oh yeah.
and it's not sunny today.
It was awesome.
Okay, so there's something called indirect measure. Okay, direct measure is when I have something and I'm doing it right there. Indirect is I can't really measure a tree, okay, unless I get a lifter and it takes me over to it and I have something to measure it. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're going to learn how to measure a tree. It doesn't always have to be a tree. Indirectly. Not actually getting up in a forklift or whatever and getting up, okay? So this is pretty cool. So,
Could you use this in everyday life?
yes, you could.
Like just walking around.
Just walking
How much
around.
is that
Yeah.
tree?
And your moms will be like, wow, y'all are so cool. You're doing school on not a school day.
I'll be like, Mom, that tree is like 767 feet tall. No, it isn't. No, it's not, baby. That's not.
Okay,
I
so,
know it's not.
so listen to me. So what we're going to do is use ourselves as one of the measurements. Okay, now stay with me. I'm going to put a tree. See my beautiful tree?
Oh,
Woo,
you have to make a little
flower.
hole in it, or else it's
There we
not a tree.
With a squirrel. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so does everybody see my tree?
Tree.
And here is me. Okay, there I am. Does everybody see me?
Oh.
Okay, the way that I can tell how tall the tree is by using my own measurement. Now watch what happens. How tall am I? Well, let's just use what's in the book because it's easier. 5 feet. I'm actually 5'5", or actually 5'6", but I'm just going to say I'm 5 feet.
I'm tall.
Okay, let's just say I'm 5 feet. Okay, now if I am standing still and the sun is shining on me right here and hitting me in the head, so to speak, what shadow is cast? Okay, so then I would put a little mark on the ground and I would measure, or have someone measure, how long my shadow is. Okay, so here's the same sun that's going to be doing the same tree. Okay, the sun shines on me and casts a shadow. Here is my shadow. Okay, there I am, my shadow. Okay, and my shadow is 6 foot long. Okay, so what we end up getting is a triangle. Isn't that cool? This part is the shadow, and this part is how tall I am. Okay, so 5 foot by 6 foot. Now, we do not know the measure of how tall the tree is, X. I don't know it. But can I figure out the shadow length of the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can figure out what my shadow is from here until when it has a shadow. Okay, here's my little shadow right there. Okay, and so my length from my shadow is that long. So see what I've got?
A triangle.
Everybody see what I got? Now the length of the tree's shadow is, did they give me that? 30 foot. Okay, and then they asked me how tall is the tree. Okay, so all we've used is my shadow, the tree's shadow, my length, and then we're going to figure out this length. Okay, proportion wise, how are we going to do this?
How do you know that's 30 feet? Times 5 oh, you just
Okay, you do one triangle over the other triangle, so let's do 5 over x equals 6 over 30. And I could have done it totally different. I could have done x over 5 and 30 over 6, but each of them has to be triangle A over triangle B. You see what I'm saying? Or triangle B over triangle A.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's work this. 30 times 5 is 150 equals 6 times x. So I'm asking myself, 6 goes into 150.
25 times.
25?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, you're right. 25. Okay? So how tall is my tree? 25 feet. Very good. Okay? And we did that.
So you technically have to like measure the shadow and everything.
Yeah, you have to measure the shadow.
I was thinking you could just make a look at it. So was I.
Okay, does everybody feel like they understand? All right, let's do another one.
We watched her on the road.
Not right now. Thank you. All right now. Okay, this time we're going to take a light pole. Okay, light pole. Okay, and this is a little bit difficult, so stay with me. All right.
Sorry, camera.
Sorry, whoever's watching the video. That was really traumatic. Okay.
That's my fault. Okay, sorry. Just. You're really scared.
Okay, everybody see our pole? All right, now, I'm going to draw, instead of a person this time, we're using a meter stick. So here's my meter stick. Okay, so I've got a pole and I've got a meter stick. And my meter stick is 100 centimeters tall. Okay? My shadow of the meter stick is 40 centimeters. Okay? So I'm going to make that triangle. Okay, and now let's look at this one. The shadow of this light pole is 24 feet, and we don't know how tall that is. Does everybody see what I've done? Okay, problem. What's wrong?
You don't know how tall the thing is.
I don't. There's even more of a problem.
Oh, it's centimeters and feet.
Yes, we have
I didn't
mixed
even notice that.
measures. This is problematic.
Couldn't you just cancel them out and then?
Yes, that's what we're going to do. Good job, okay? You could actually change this feet to centimeters. The problem with that is 2.54 is 1 centimeter for an inch, okay? So then you have to do 12 inches times 2, okay? So it gets kind of complicated. You understand what I'm saying? Normally, if this was like in inches, we could easily convert that, okay? Centimeters to feet, not easily convertible. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Okay, so everybody watch what I do. I'm going to go 100 centimeters over this X. So triangle 1 to triangle 2, 100 over X. I'm going to put X feet so I know what it is. Okay, because I want it to be feet. Does everybody see what I'm doing? Why I put X feet right there? Equals, since I did 100 over X, now I'm going to do 40 over 24. 40 centimeters over 24 feet. It's very important that you're writing down the measurement. Okay? Make sure you're writing down the centimeters and the feet. Okay? X feet over 100 centimeters, or 100 centimeters over X feet, 40 centimeters over 24 feet. All right, now we're going to multiply. Okay, just stay with me. 100 centimeters times 24 feet. Just like that, I'm writing it out, exactly what it says. That's all I've done is written down exactly what it says. 100 centimeters times 24 feet equals 40 centimeters times X amount of feet. And I'm going to erase my 97. So does everybody see what I've done so far? All I'm doing is writing down this times this and this times this. Okay, what is my goal? My goal is to find X, right? So I need it by itself, right? Okay, so it says X feet times 40 centimeters. So I need to get rid of the 40 centimeters, right? And move it to the other side so I can get X by itself. And if I do that, it says times 40 centimeters. So when I move it across the equals, what happens?
It's
Divided by 40 centimeters. Everybody remember that rule? Yeah. Not so much. Okay. Let me move this out of the way because I'm going to work it. Okay, if that doesn't make sense for you to go, okay, so this says times 40 centimeters, and when I move it across the equals, it's going to become divided by 40 centimeters. If it helps you to think, okay, I need to divide 40 centimeters here to cross that out, that's fine too, okay, if you want to look at it like that. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken, and now I just have X foot. Does everybody see that? X foot. Now, watch what happens. Does everybody remember how you can cross out units? So look at this. Centimeters, centimeters.
Wow.
That's exactly what we wanted to happen. Because now whatever I do, my answer is going to be in feet. Okay? So, now, let's multiply 100 times 24.
2,400.
Very good. 2,400 over 40, and then my centimeters is crossed out, so I'm just going to leave my feet right there. Okay? And then when I work that, I'm going to divide it by 10, just by crossing out my zeros. And then 240 divided by 4, I'm going to get 60. So my answer is 60 feet, because feet's the only measurement that's not crossed out. Now, I know that was rather, I don't know if it'll be hard when you do it on your own. May have seemed kind of simple here. When you do it on your own, it's probably going to be a little bit harder for you, okay? All right, does everybody feel like they got it? So this would be 60 feet. And that's why I left it as X feet, so that I would know that I need to write down feet, okay?
Can I turn it off?
Let's see.
Before you turn it off, Grace, you gotta turn
All
it
right,
on
so
and
listen
start.
to this and see if y'all can do this one on your own, making up your own. Brad saw that his shadow was the length of about one big step, which is about 3 feet. Brad saw that his shadow was the length of about 3 feet. Then he walked along the shadow of a nearby flagpole and found that it was 8 big steps long. Okay, 1 big step long was 3 feet, and this flagpole's shadow was 8 big steps long, which is, yes, very good. Okay, Brad is about 5 foot tall. A, B, C, or D. How tall is the flagpole? 15 feet, 24 feet, 40 feet, or 60 feet? See if you can figure it out.
He's 5 feet tall.
Brad is 5 feet tall. His shadow is 3 feet.
And what are the options?
Just you figure it out and we'll see what the answer is. Oh wait, you did this over this?
I thought you were talking to me. I was like,
See how you did this over this? Then you'll have to do this over this.
oh, okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can't do the opposite. Let me see if you've done 3 over 24, 5 over yes.
Yes.
Oh wait, what are you doing though?
Oh,
Oh yes.
yeah, okay.
You're looking for the height of the pole.
Yes. I'm confused.
Okay.
I got it. What did you get?
So you did 24. No. You always do big or triangle 1 over triangle 2. Okay? So this would be 24 over 3. And X over 5. He's 5 foot.
Oh,
That's important. You gotta have that.
yeah.
Okay?
Okay. So,
How you doing? 5 over 3. Oh wait. No. The flagpoles. Okay. Brad is 5 foot. His shadow is 3 foot. So this is Brad. This is his shadow. Okay? It's 1 step, big step on. This is the flagpole. We don't know how tall it is, but the shadow is 8 big steps long. So if 1 big step was 3 feet, and if we did 8, it's going to end up being 24. 8 times 3. See? Okay? Now see if you can get it.
this is so...
I'm thinking about.
Kind of hard, isn't it?
You know how we had to watch the old video?
Do what?
We had to watch the old video.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I'm thinking about like if people had to watch this, who hear us.
Yeah.
Stuff that's weird.
Okay? So, I'm going to put Brad right there. Here's Brad.
Hi, Brad.
And a flag post.
Okay? There's Brad. And how tall was Brad?
5 feet.
5 feet. What was his shadow?
3 feet.
So, what does that tell you about the sun?
That it was almost
A little bit higher on him because it casts a smaller shadow.
Nancy know that?
Well, you don't want to measure Brad and his shadow at 3 o'clock and then measure the tree at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you want to measure.
You want to measure them at the same time because the
gonna
sun
go home and
matters. You
measure
see what I'm
the
saying? Okay, and so what was the pole that we measured? What did I say?
Pole was 24 feet.
24 feet, which was 8 big steps long, right?
Right. And
And we don't know what that is. So, What can I do?
You do x over 24. X over 24
No,
equals 5 over
no.
3.
You always do one triangle over the second triangle.
24
So
over
x over 5 feet equals 24 feet over 3 feet.
That's not what I did, and I got.
You may have done 5 over x or 3 over 24.
I did x over 24 equals 5 over 3.
Okay, did you get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do this. 3 feet times x equals 24 times 5.
24 times 5 is 120.
How much? 120? Okay, 120
Divided by 3.
feet. Okay, now 120. So then I divide by 3. X equals 40.
See, that's what I got.
Okay,
Because we ended, it was just switched around because we still did 24 times 5.
so
and
the
then
answer
divided
would
by
be
3.
40 feet. Everybody got it? Okay, good stuff. Lesson 97.